guys? Hey, guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another live stream. I sincerely apologize for the wait this afternoon. You were having a little bit of some technical difficulties out there, but hey, we're here and we're ready to rock and roll and talk about this very hot and polarizing topic. But as you guys already know, before we get too deep into it, before we get started, I want to make sure, we got the sound all right, the volume is good, you guys can hear me okay, the music isn't too loud, everybody got their notifications out there. Again, don't forget when you subscribe to the channel, to hit that notification icon, which is that little bell. That little bell icon will notify you every time I go live or I drop a video. Again, just in case you missed the notification, you can always go to my channel every single Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern. But again, Thursday afternoons, I'm always live. So regardless, hope to, see you guys here every single Thursday like today. So again, my apologies for, today we had a little bit of a technical hiccup. I actually, I started the whole live stream and I thought I was live, but I wasn't live. It's just because I have a whole complicated kind of scenario here, and I was actually live to nothing, to just the outer space, I wasn't connected to the YouTube thing. Anyways, you can tell those tariffs are already affecting my my production over here. We got Lambo over here on strike. Yeah, I don't like that Trump guy. I'm not a fan. Hey. Tell us how you really feel. In fact, that's what we're going to be talking about today. Today, we're going to be talking about how do Mexicans really feel about Trump. Well, long story short, they don't like him very much. In fact, I don't want to say they hate him, but they definitely don't like him at all. Basically, a good majority of them, I would say. Everyone that voted for Claudia Sheinbaum does not like Trump, and anyone, even people that didn't vote for Claudia still don't like him. So I was surprised, to see by how many people didn't like him, and we're gonna get into all that. Look, I was not surprised at all to hear from many of my Mexican friends and all the people that I've been talking to recently about this, how they feel about Trump, all right? How they feel about what's going on in the USA, how they feel about all this stuff. But the reality is that, they really don't like him. So, all right, with all that being said, all right, guys, I'll see you guys later. Great live stream. I'll see you. I know. It's a little bit more complicated than that, though. That's the reality of it. So we're going to go to super details, or as detailed as I can get. You guys already know I got my notepad here with a bunch of notes, and we're going to go through all of that. So again, hopefully the music is okay. I got a little background, a different background today. This is from one of my walks when we were out there in Guadalajara last year. Again, I got a full playlist of walking around Guadalajara in case you guys are interested in that. So I'm going to read a few comments. Before I get into the comments, I want to shout out to Andrea out there. Andrea with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. She says, I can't wait to move to Mexico. That's right. And I know a lot of you guys these days cannot wait to move to Mexico now more than ever. By the way, I'm trying this new thing here with YouTube, just a fun little thing. Again, you don't have to participate, don't feel compelled, but the goal there, you know what I mean? So just in case we get 9 more super chats, even if they're 50 cents or whatever, I'll let Lambo, the Trump hating horse. I didn't know he hated Trump so much. Yeah, I don't like him, man. You kidding me? He deported all my friends. Yeah. Okay. We'll get into that in a second. But anyways, we'll let him host for a minute, okay? So, shout out to everyone out there. So, look, guys, you guys already know. So for a lot of the new viewers out there that might not know how I feel politically, about all this stuff, the reality is that I'm politically homeless, as they like to say. I don't participate in any political party. I'm affiliated to nothing or nobody. People that know me, watch my channel, they basically say I'm libertarian, whatever. Again, I don't like to really label myself, but these days well, it is what it is. You have to. So, I might as well kind of, you know, at least let you guys know where I stand, okay? But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I don't care. I really do not care, okay? I got people that are really good friends of mine that are all over the political spectrum, left, right, up, down. It doesn't matter, okay? As long as we can mutually, have a conversation and just agree to disagree about certain topics, and that's fine. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. We're all adults, we can all have adult conversations, all right? So this is what this is. So just in case anyone out there is not ready for an adult conversation, please, you don't have to watch, all right? Don't feel forced or compelled to watch, all right? So I'm just here to inform you guys, let you guys know about, well, what's kind of going on with all this situation, because the reality is that, again, this channel's not politics. We don't talk politics on this channel. What we do here is, talk about life and living in Mexico. But, unfortunately, right now, during these times, during what's going on at the moment, these political situations that are going on are affecting life out here in Mexico. And they're affecting life in the USA as well. And so it's imperative and important for you guys to know what's going on. All right. So again, it's up to you whether you want to hear this or not. It is what it is. All right. So, but anyway, but shout out to everyone out there. So, all right, let's just get right into it real quick. All right. So I moved out here to Mexico almost 7 years ago. When I moved out here, I was already disillusioned, all right, with the USA and how things are going over there. So I moved out here and was right before AMLO, Andres Manuel Lobrador Lopez, whatever. Oh, anyways, AMLO, before he got elected, all right? And he got elected and he started to transform the country. Again, I don't know. I mean, I've only seen what I've seen being here. This is from, what I hear from other Mexicans. Again, transform in a good and in a bad way. Depends on who you talk to, all right? Not everybody liked him. Again, regardless of that, he was president, and Trump was president, and well, they got along. And back then, yes, a lot of Mexicans, most Mexicans, did not like Trump, but they didn't really care much about Trump. Why didn't they like Trump? Well, only because of all the things that he was saying, about the wall, hey, we're gonna build the wall, make Mexico build to the wall, just saying those ludicrous things, saying a lot of mean and hateful things towards Mexicans and Mexico and all this other stuff. So yeah, most Mexicans, are not very keen to him. Again, a little caveat, all right, a little context as well. Most Mexicans are not happy or content, or like any U.S. president, okay? But Trump takes the cake, according to them, all right? So that's that. So then, fast forward, Biden was president, nobody cared. Then all of a sudden, boom, Trump became president again the other day. And then now all of a sudden, oh, yeah, Mexico's just not a fan. Not a fan. All right. So look, one of the questions, one of the things a lot of people out there are kind of worried about is, well, again, if you are a Trump supporter, a Trump fan, will you be accepted in Mexico? All right. And look, the reality is that you'll be accepted in Mexico as long as you keep it to yourself. If you're out there talking about how Trump is great, Trump is wonderful to a Mexican, no, no one is going to sympathize with that. No one's going to appreciate that. No one's going to like that. And well, it's probably not going to end well. All right. At the very least, you'll lose a friend, lose a friendship, especially if you harp on about it. Most Mexicans are very accepting, and it is what it is. And even if they know you're a Trump supporter, they'll accept it. They're not going to judge you for it. But just like anything else, trying to push anything on them is going to really, really, not gel well. Why? I mean, think about it. Everything that Trump is doing right now and everything he's about right now, right, especially right now, we're talking about right at the moment, okay, as of February 6th, 2025, all right? That's what we're talking about here, to give a little context, right? So just again, like 3 weeks, right? I think something like that, not even 3 weeks into his presidency. Most Mexicans really, really don't like him. And again, I got a lot of notes as to what's going on with that. Again, not only were they not happy with him before, but they're really not happy with him right now. So if you're an American and you're out here, again, it's going to be, normal. Most Mexicans, for the most part, are going to treat you normally. If you're one of those Americans out there that doesn't like President Trump, all right, well, you're probably going to gel well, okay, with some of the people out here that also don't like Trump, which is, a good majority of the Mexicans, right? So just going to keep that in mind, all right? Now, what caused, this extra hate towards Trump, okay? A lot of people might, automatically might think it's because of the deportations and the whole immigration thing, but it's a lot more than that, okay? Because again, as I said earlier, that was already, they already knew that that's what they were getting with Trump, so whatever, all right? Oh, by the way, shout out to Steve with the $2 super chat. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Love your channel. Love the energy. Love Mexico. That's right. We all love Mexico. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you both. All right. We got 2 down. All right. Thank you guys. All right, let's go. So anyways, these days, the reality is that they're really not, too keen to Trump. And what exacerbated this, what made it worse? Well, okay, let's get into this. So it all started with the whole tariff thing. All right, because again, the thing is that I don't know how things are in the USA these days. I haven't lived there in a very long time. I'm not really, you know well versed on what's going on over there per se on a day-to-day basis, right? But out here in Mexico, people are still pretty educated. Not everybody knows everything, and I'll give you that. Um, but the reality is that people are a little bit more educated, and at least out here, people at least know kind of what's going on. So, all right, when the whole tariff thing happened, first of all, when Trump was announcing, "Hey, we're going to do tariffs, to Mexico," blah blah blah, a typical Mexican was just kind of laughing it off because it's like, well, why would he shoot? Why would the USA? Why would Trump shoot himself in the foot? Why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense at all. With all the trade deals with a guy, with all the everything that we got. So, okay, again, context to people out there that still have, not, because again, I know there's not a lot of new viewers out there. So, little context. When Claudia Sheinbaum, the Mexican president, took office, took power in October of last year, so again, a few months ago, immediately, okay, she started working on things, okay, such as deporting immigrants from Mexico. Again, the same immigrants that the USA is deporting, okay, Venezuelans, people from other parts of the world that don't belong there, Haitians, whatever it is. Not picking on anybody, just, again, the groups, okay? Same thing here, same thing out here, okay? Deporting Cubans, deporting Venezuelans, deporting Haitians, deporting all kinds of people that don't want to be here, okay? Or that are asking for a handout, or basically, whatever. They're not trying to integrate at all whatsoever, blah, 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 okay? So long story short, she started deporting people on top of the deportations. Okay. Besides that, one of the things that she was also doing is that she was also, already doing things, on the border. She was doing basically, look, every single thing that Trump wanted Claudia to do, okay, she was doing. They were already doing, okay? They were already, working on all that stuff. So, that's what ticked off a lot of Mexicans. A lot of Mexicans got really, really, really upset because Claudia, had already been working with Trump, had already been working with Rubio, had already been working with again, the administration, the United States of America, to get all these things squared away. So why the tariffs if everything was already done? And again, it was done because not because of any pressure from the USA per se. No, it's because Mexico, again, the reason that they voted Claudia Sheinbaum in was because they wanted her to also control the immigration situation. They wanted her to control certain other things, right? So, there was already troops on the southern border, Mexican troops. There was a bunch of things going on already. The thing is that there was a part of the negotiation that the USA, wasn't keeping, you know, their end of either. Okay, so basically this is kind of like why Claudia didn't send the troops immediately, when certain things didn't happen, all right, because again they were still negotiating. It was all that. So the idea of the tariffs was more political theater than anything else, all right. And so a lot of Mexicans were upset with that because it's like, what are you doing? Why are you putting 25% tariffs? You're only making your avocados and all the stuff you import from Mexico more expensive for Americans. That's all it was. Mexico, again, because of what was going on with this, Mexico went into, action. Okay. Claudia went to the EU, signed new trade agreements with the EU so that they can buy the avocados, so that they can buy, the raw materials, whatever. Made deals with China, made deals with Russia, started to talk again to Argentina, to Brazil, again, as backup plans, just in case, Trump decided to keep the tariffs, and they decided to keep doing this. It's, because they knew, they're like, well, okay, the USA is not going to buy these products anymore because they're going to be too expensive, but that's fine. Plenty of other countries need these things too. So, long story short, that's kind of like, what happened with all that. And so most Mexicans are like, yeah, why all this political theater? What's going on with all that? Yada, yada, yada. All right. Now, let me see. Hold on. I got some notes here. So, the thing is that all this really did, what a lot of this caused is the fact that it's caused every country, Canada, USA, Mexico, to just be more nationalistic. And again, Claudia, Trump, I don't know about Canada, but at least Claudia and Trump, they're also both very populist, populist presidents. Okay, they're very popular. Okay, and they're nationalistic. It's all about the USA. It's all about the nation. By the way, I don't know if the video back there is a little choppy. So hold on, let me see if I can. I'll pop something else real quick. Hold on, let's put the beach, or you know what? Let's put the cafe. How's that? There you go. I mean, this will be a little better, not too choppy. But they're anyway. So okay, so there's a lot of things, kind of going on with that, because the reality is that, Mexico had absolutely no problem, okay, with accepting all of the, illegal Mexican migrants. They were coming back to the USA. Again, Mexico, they weren't expecting for the USA to deport, the migrants that are working the fields and working jobs in the USA. They thought that the USA was only going to deport the illegal immigrants that were doing bad stuff. But hey, it seems like the USA wants to deport all the illegal immigrants, which is fine. Hey, it's up their prerogative. It's Trump's prerogative. It's fine. They're doing the same thing here, just to not to that degree. It's basically, if Mexico has an illegal immigrant, working, they'll just say, hey, we're gonna get you your papers. They're in a different boat. I'm sure the USA was doing the same thing up there recently, but now USA wants to just deport everybody. That's fine. Whatever. We're gonna get into that as well, because Mexicans are holding other Mexicans accountable. It's a whole thing. I got lots of notes. Okay, so stay tuned, guys. You know me, I can just go on and on. All right, so, but the reality is that, as of right now, a typical Mexican, they don't hate Americans, they don't hate Canadians, or nothing like that. But they are for sure 100%, not happy with Trump. Nobody likes Trump. Very few people in Mexico might like Trump right now. Okay, and just because, again, of everything that he's been doing and going on with. Okay, so let's just keep going on with the tariffs. So during the tariffs, again, Mexico, they didn't understand why Trump would do something like that, because it just, again, it didn't really make any sense, and they were just shooting themselves in the foot. And they were like, man, is this guy so crazy? Is this guy that racist that he's doing something like this just to be a jerk or be a whatever? I don't want to say all the words per se what they were thinking, but it really got a lot of Mexicans mad. And to the point where they started to boycott, American products, and they're still boycotting them, so they're boycotting Walmart, boycotting Coca-Cola, which you never thought in a million years. And they started, again, holding Mexicans accountable too, for a lot of Mexicans that are in the USA. All right. Look, a lot of Mexicans went to the USA. A lot of immigrants went to the USA. Remember, my parents were immigrants, went to the USA, and they achieved the American dream. Some people got their papers. Some people didn't get their papers. Some people, okay, only, like, for example, my parents being Cuban, well, they went to the USA to start a new life. They couldn't go back to communism. Okay. So it's just the true reality of that. But for example, other people that, for example, that came from Mexico or that came from other countries, well, they always had the idea that they were going to go back. Again, most Mexicans. the whole idea was to go to the USA, all right? And in the USA, they were just gonna go make a few bucks, and then they were gonna return home, all right, and then live where, again, you've seen the videos, you've seen Mexico. It's amazing out here. So, but a lot of Mexicans, what happened was is that they moved to the USA, all right, and they got enamored with the lifestyle there, and well, they just stayed. And now a lot of them have to come back. They're forced to come back, and so a lot of other Mexicans in the USA, that are going through the same thing. Basically, they're saying, hey man, hey Mexicans that are getting deported, you've been here for a very, very long time, all right, and you have nothing to show for it. Because again, the whole idea was to come to the USA, make some money, bring it back to Mexico, and buy a home, have a home, have, your property, have your thing debt free. But what did you do? You stayed in the USA, and well, now you have all this fancy stuff, this fancy lifestyle, but it's all debt. So basically, you're going to lose it all because you're illegal. You're about to get kicked out, and now you're going to go back to Mexico, and you're going to start at zero again. So that's just kind of like the mentality and the reality there too. You know what I mean? That's just what a lot of Mexicans are telling each other, in the USA Mexicans, whatever. A lot of Mexicans in Mexico are upset, and a lot of them are laughing. For example, so when the tariffs actually went through, a lot of Mexicans, were laughing. A lot of Mexicans were just having a ball. They were having all these memes. Laughing at the USA, laughing at the whole situation, yada yada yada. Again, once the whole thing started, once the tariffs actually got, how do I say, got put into place, and then the stock market opened that week, this Monday, you guys all saw everything tanked, and immediately they had to do a reversal. Hey, no more tariffs. Because again, tariffs didn't make any sense. I mean, don't get me all started on that, but hey, what is what it is. It's fine. I'm not gonna judge. People can do whatever they want. So, but what happened was that because of the tariff being imposed, and then having to renegotiate the deal or whatever it was, then all of a sudden Claudia Sheinbaum was able to add a bunch of things to the deal, okay, to renegotiate. All right, they were in Mexico's favor. So part of that was the fact that, again, the whole thing that Trump was harping about was, the whole drugs, the drug problem. We got to fix the drugs and the drug trafficking and the da da da. Okay, and Mexico's, yeah, we know, we don't want that. We don't want that. I mean, let's, don't, let's look at a Wikipedia page and see who started that whole thing. All right, don't get me started. By the way, if you guys want, okay, to hear my real 100% thoughts on everything, okay, please join me, okay, on, hold on a second here, join me on my other channel, okay. Here I can only talk about so much, I'm trying to keep it PG on this channel, but on my other channel, Jose Unleashed, all right, no PG. In fact, we're gonna go deeper into this and other stuff today, all right. So please go join me over there. Again, if you really like what you're seeing here, you enjoy this content, you enjoy my channel, you want to help me out, you know what I mean? I would greatly appreciate it. You go over there and at least give me a subscribe. I would love you to, really love you. Okay, I really appreciate it. But anyways, yeah, go over there, check it out, and we're gonna go live there once we're done here. So once we're done here, we take a little break, and then we go live over there. All right, back to the show. Where were we? So the reality is that Trump, basically said, hey, no more drugs, blah blah blah. Which again, that's totally fine. Of course, nobody wants that. You know what I mean? Everybody was in agreement to that. Everybody was in agreement to everything. Again, all these things were already put into place. So then she goes, okay, fine. You want us to help you with the drug situation? Okay, we need you to stop bringing in guns. Okay, no more pew pew pews. All right, so if you stop the pew pew pews, we'll stop that. Also, can you stop your demand of these drugs, please? Because that's kind of making it difficult for us, to okay. So, there was a bunch of things that, were negotiated, okay, in her favor, in Mexico's favor, on top of the fact that, again, She just started to make all these deals with all these other countries that she wasn't before. Mexico wasn't making these deals with all these, countries before. Mexico is not interested in selling, natural gas, to Europe. But hey, you know what I mean? If all of a sudden the USA doesn't want to buy it anymore because of the tariffs, well, someone's going to buy it. Don't worry about it. So, especially now that cow farts are illegal over there, definitely need to get that gas somewhere. So, look, the point is that yeah, you know what I mean. Things are not what they seem. But to me, again, if you follow my content, you know me well enough. You already know all this is political theater. All this is a show. From both parties. Whether it's Claudia, whether it's Trump. They're basically saying and doing what they need to do and what they need to say so that their constituents, so the people that voted for them are happy. That's it. So right now, everything that Trump did, all that theater, all that political theater, well, it made everybody that voted for him, clap. Yay! Happy, happy, happy. And now everyone in Mexico that voted for Claudia is like, yay! Great. She's a strong woman. She kicked them in the balls. And then what are they saying in the USA? Oh, he's a strong man. He, strong armed the woman, the Mexico. But really, nothing happened. If anything, like I said, Mexico came out winning. There was no reason to even impose the tariffs or even go that far when everything was already set in place, negotiated, done, yada, yada, yada. So it is what it is. I mean, Trump said it, you know what I mean? Again, this is all Trump's words. You guys can look it up. This is all, all this change, all these things that are going to be implemented by the Trump administration is going to cause a lot of pain to the American people. It is what it is. I mean, I don't know what to say, you know what I mean? And it's like, I get it, change, right? Change is not easy. I talk about it all the time on the channel. No pain, no gains, right? So it is what it is. So that's happening. But again, another part, of a lot of, this whole thing that a lot of people don't talk about for whatever reason is the fact that, look, there is a trade deficit, okay? There's a trade deficit between the USA and Mexico. In fact, the USA has a trade deficit with most countries. What is a trade deficit? Long story short, what it means is that imagine that I am doing trade with you. We're doing trade every day. Every day I send you something, you send me something back. But right now, I am at a deficit, meaning I owe you money. But you rely on our trade just like I rely on your trade. All right. So even though I owe you some money, you let it slide because you're making me money. So it's really not that kind of big a deal. So that's why a lot of times trade deficits, they kind of work, they're allowed to function there. By the way, guys, hold on a second. Is everything working okay? Hopefully the stream's working okay. I'm getting a little thing over here that it's overloading. Maybe I need to got to update the application here. Hopefully it's running okay. Okay, maybe. All right, but anyways, but that's kind of like what the trade deficit is, right? So right now, USA, the USA owes Mexico money. They owe a lot of countries money, but they owe Mexico money. So when the USA, for example, okay, they implement something like tariffs, what they're really trying to do is to pay down that debt. They're trying to pay down that debt. But Mexico's like, no, 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 listen. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You don't have to pay down the debt because obviously when you input those taxes on there, what's going to happen is that they're going to buy less of these products. So we're good. Don't worry about it. It's fine. So that's just to give you a super layman terms as to like another part of this. So really, Trump trying to implement tariffs, which is not going to happen, is a way in which, again, if he had to do it, it's just a way to pay the debt that he owes to Mexico. Make sense? Okay. All right. So, but Mexico's like, no, it's okay. Sorry, don't worry about it. You keep the 60 billion or whatever you owe us. We're good. We would rather just keep doing business. All right. Because eventually, as we do business, and if we do more business together, well, that debt's going to go away. All right. For obvious reasons. So just kind of to keep you guys informed on that as well. So long story short, even though all these things are going on, the typical Mexican, a typical Mexican these days, does not like Trump. Does not like Trump at all. All right. So if you like Trump and you're out here, don't talk about it. Don't mention it. Because again, think about it. It's like if you are in the USA right now, all right, and all you're doing, okay, is talking about how, Trump sucks and Xi Jinping is the best. It's all about Xi Jinping. It's not going to end well. And it's, come on. So it's kind of like the same thing. Why are you going to all of a sudden, come out here in Mexico, be in Mexico, living in Mexico, and all of a sudden just spew, constantly in praise, the name of, well, the person that most Mexicans hate the most these days at the moment. All right. So just, kind of keep that into mind there. Let me see. But like I said, right now Mexico is basically bringing, okay, all the immigrants that are coming back now to Mexico, legal and illegal, are being welcomed to Mexico with open arms. Okay, so right now what's going on is that, first of all, we already know. Okay, we've seen it, and we haven't seen anything yet, according to Trump. There's all the illegals, all the illegal Mexicans are coming back home. So all the illegal Mexicans that are coming back home and they are get dropped off at the Mexican border and have no way to get back to their village, well, Claudia Scheinbaum is giving them 2,000 pesos, equivalent of $100, and also, food, shelter, whatever it is, until they get back home to their village, to wherever they're from. All right, and then all the legal all the legal Mexican residents in the USA that also are coming back home, because a lot of Mexicans are coming back home. What do I mean by that? Again, a lot of Mexicans that were born and raised in the USA, maybe, okay, or that worked, for a long, long time in the USA, or whatever it is. Long story short, they themselves have, again, had enough. And just like a lot of you guys out there in the audience have had enough of the USA. It doesn't matter who's in power, what's going on with it, and you want to come to Mexico. So, well, imagine if you got some sort of Mexican background or heritage, you're definitely coming back. So they're all coming back in droves now more than ever. Okay, because it's not getting any easier for them over there. All right. So, every single person with any kind of Mexican heritage is being, again, brought in, and what is it, accepted back into Mexico with open arms. So that's like a big thing right now. So right now, again, there's a huge sentiment, a huge giant sentiment of nationalism here in Mexico, just like there is in the USA. So again, in my opinion, I think that, again, part of this whole political theater, was all part of, to reinforce that, to reinforce more nationalistic nationalism in each country. So now in Mexico, it's all about, buy Mexican. And in Mexico, one of the awesome things about Mexico is that there almost many things are made in Mexico. Okay, there's a lot of things, not just, all the food is grown here. The Mexico does not necessarily rely on any imports. They export food. But it goes with other things as well. So anyways, so now it's like it's a huge, made in Mexico push, which, again, it's very easy out here because, well, a lot of things are made in Mexico. So it's all of a sudden you go to the grocery stores, you go to stores, you go to various places, and you're going to start seeing, like the American aisle, certain aisle, like, hey, the no aisle, and then look, these are all Mexican made products, or these are all Yucatecan, these are all made in Jalisco, these are all made locally. So now they're going deeper. They're going for like the super local to the local to, for example, to like, okay, so they're, the stuff that's made locally in the city, locally in the state, and then locally in Mexico. All right. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Many things like that, and it is interesting to see the solidarity, the giant solidarity of all the people here in Mexico, basically kind of like, upset and pushing back against this. All right. So, all right, let me read a few comments, before I go too deep, further deep into this. I see there's like a gazillion comments here. That H says, well, I don't know. Let me see. Damn, I don't know. You guys like fighting there? Okay, I see Benzomatic. All right, there you go. Benzomatic says, who is the senorita with Christian? Hold on a second. Oh, sorry. There you go. Who is the senorita with Christian? That's her cousin. That's her cousin. And she is happily married, okay? To a rock star, by the way. All right, but that's her cousin. And we went to Guadalajara last year to go see a concert. All right. Let me see that. Let me read some comments here. So, by the way, if you guys have any questions or anything you want me to touch on or talk about real quick, go on ahead and leave it in the comment section. I'm scrolling up here to see if there's anything I missed. Mm, See, anyways, and so it's funny because so right now, again, we're gonna talk. I don't want to talk about it here. We're gonna talk about this on. Sorry, one second. No, hey, man, I got so many things going on here. Anyways, we're gonna talk about this on the other channel, okay? Because I see people there. Again, right now, right now with everything I've said. I will literally have people email me, message me, comments, whatever. Jose, why do you hate Trump? Or Jose, why do you love Trump? And it's like, what? What the? So, anyways, we're gonna talk more about all that over there, okay? So if you guys are interested in that and all that stuff, because it's like I'm just telling you guys what's going on. Um, Oh, sorry. Jeez. Sorry. Went dark for a minute there. Hold on. Let's go back to the walks. Sorry. What was I saying? But yeah, I mean, it is interesting though. You know what I mean? To see it all play out. And again, on, hold on. Let me just keep it up. 1 second, guys. Hold on the other live stream over there. Okay. On the other live stream, again, we're going to go super more into detail into, all of this stuff that's, on my mind that I really want to talk about, but I really kind of don't want to talk about here. But anyways, okay. So just going back to what we were talking about, Mexico. All right. So an interesting thing that's kind of going on right now in the USA as well is that now a lot of Mexicans, well, first of all, the illegal workers, a lot of illegal workers, work in the fields, working in restaurants, working all kinds of jobs. A lot of them have stopped going to work because they're in fear of getting deported. One of the reasons that Mexicans are boycotting Coca-Cola is because Coca-Cola literally handed over the list of all their illegal employees. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? And by the way, again, why isn't Coca-Cola receiving any kind of getting in trouble for any of this? So, anywho's, look, the point is that it's things like that. That's why so Mexico's like, hey, drink Pepsi because Pepsi is not releasing the illegal immigrant information. Whatever. It is what it is. But all I'm saying is that, right now, what was I saying? Hold on. What was I saying? I was saying something about oh yeah, no workers. So but not all, okay, not all of the illegal workers are not showing up. Okay, a lot of illegal workers are still showing up, and they're basically showing up until they get deported because they have to. Why do they have to? Because they're Americans like you, even though they're there illegally, and they're working paycheck to paycheck. And if you miss 1 day, 2 days of work, yeah, how are you going to pay your rent? How are you going to pay your bills? So yeah, it's not even about sending money to Mexico. It's more about just they got to pay the rent to stay in the USA. So a lot of illegal workers, again, they got kids, they don't even want to send their kids to school. They have to, whatever. It's a whole thing. So, the USA right now, if anything, they're suffering, because, the USA doesn't have all these workers anymore. Now, all of a sudden, tariffs or no tariffs, it seems like the prices of everything is going up in the USA. And I can go on and on. While in Mexico, it's the complete opposite. Now Mexico is basically seeing a huge influx of immigrants. There's plenty of jobs here for them. And again, high skilled, low skilled, middle skilled, that were in the USA legally, not legally, and Mexico's bringing them back with open arms. And yeah, so now Mexico's again, they're getting a giant influx of people, of very high skilled people, and the USA is losing them. So that's also very very interesting. That's kind of going on right now. And so normally, a lot of these Mexicans that would go to the USA, how they were looked at. Again, a Mexican in Mexico going to the USA or Canada to work, how they're really looked at is more like, hey, he's just going abroad to get a job, to make some money for the family, to support the family. Just like if you're in the USA right now, okay, and you're working for Bank of America, and all of a sudden, they tell you, hey, Joe, you're doing such a great job. We are thinking about opening up a branch in Europe. You want to go over there and help open up that branch? It's going to pay you double to go, but you got to go live in England for a year. Most guys are going to be like, yeah, I'm going. Either they'll take their family with them or they'll just go on their own. So what's the kind of like the difference here? You know what I mean? That's the funny thing. All right. So anywho's, so most Mexicans, that's kind of like how they look at the whole situation. It's more like the Mexicans in Mexico, they don't like a lot of the Mexicans that go to the USA to make a few bucks with the idea of coming back, and well, they never do. They just stay there. In fact, they go to the USA and immediately change. Immediately, they become American. Immediately, they change their name to Karen, drinking Starbucks, in debt, living the American lifestyle. And they're like, hey, what the? So, the thing is that normally when those Mexicans came back, if they even came back, they weren't that accepted. But now is a very, very, very unique moment where this huge solidarity is going on. And, long story short, all the Mexicans, are accepting all Mexicans. It doesn't matter who they are, back home with open arms and like you're heroes and, come back over here, start a business here. We're going to help you with this. We're going to help you with that, yada, yada, yada. Look, you can make more money here. It's better here. And look, the reality is that a lot of Mexicans, a lot of Mexicans do want to come back home. A lot of Mexicans, they miss home. A lot of Mexicans would rather be at home, but they've been away from home for so long that they forgot how good they had it back here. And then for a lot of people, again, a lot of Mexicans, a lot of immigrants, believe it or not, they go to the USA with that idea of making money going back home, but then they get stuck there like you guys are stuck. And yeah, it's like an uphill battle to get back home. Okay. And then obviously, as they set up roots, as they have kids, as it just becomes even more and more difficult. And then add the added challenge that, some of these people are now illegal. And now the super added challenge that now they're getting deported, and their kids are American born in the USA. And they're all getting deported. I mean, so anyways, so it's getting very complicated very quickly, when it comes to all that. But at the end of the day, it seems that Mexico is definitely benefiting from this whole situation at the moment. So again, the one thing that Mexicans are basically concerned with, one of the big things, big things that Mexicans are concerned with is when Trump declared the cartel members as terrorists. Because again, anyone that's read any kind of history, Wikipedia, whatever, that's the thing. All this stuff is already open knowledge. It's already out there. It's not, you know. Anyways, the point is that anytime the USA does anything like that, they usually kind of like soft invasion type of thing. So yeah, Mexico is like, oh, that's not good. This is no bueno. And so now, what I mean? Again, that's like a situation right now, all right, where Mexico's concerned about what the USA might do, okay? Because look, all these things that I'm hearing about, like the shootings at the border, I don't see anything about any of that in Mexican news, only in US news. And again, I don't want to get too deep into that. Again, if you want me to go deep, all right, then again, check me out on the other channel. We're going to go live over there in about, I don't know, how long is it there? About an hour or less, okay? And okay, so once we're done here, we go live over there. All right. So anyways, but yeah, long story short, I mean, yeah, no, I mean, many Mexicans are extremely worried at the moment, with, they're concerned. All right, where was I? Where were we? All right, we'll leave it there. Anyways, a lot of Mexicans are concerned, because of that. I mean? They're more concerned over that than anything else. So, but again, to me, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? A lot of things are in play. A lot of crazy things are happening around the world. And again, we'll talk about it on the other channel. But yeah, we're just talking about Mexico here. But, long story short, most Mexicans are laughing, okay? Most Mexicans are, very happy. I'm sorry, not happy. Most Mexicans are very happy, good humored, living their lives, doing their thing, yada, yada, yada. They might hate Trump, but they don't have to live with Trump, okay? They live in Mexico. And again, right now Trump's saying, "Oh, we're going to put tariffs." Mexico's like, "Okay, Trump, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. You're going to make Americans pay more for our stuff. Who cares? Whatever, things like that. I mean, it's more about like the racist comments, the disrespect, again, hey, most Mexicans are like, "Hey, Trump, I know we don't like you and yada yada yada, but we thought we were friends. What's going on? Why, are you doing these things, et cetera, et cetera." So, the reality is that, I don't think that that's going to change anytime soon. I think that even though things are going to calm down, settle down, a lot of it is political theater, for each country, each team, all the things going on out there. But at the end of the day, I don't think that sentiment is going to end anytime soon. In fact, it's only going to increase. All right. So just keep that in mind. Again, typical Mexicans love gringos, love Americans, love Canadians, love foreigners. They got no problem. They love the culture, rock and roll, hamburgers, pizza. We talked about it multiple times. Okay. But, again, if you're out here, okay, and all of a sudden you're basically representing the USA through Trump, and spewing a lot of the things that he's saying or doing. Yeah, most Mexicans are not going to be happy with that. They're just not. Why would they be? All right. That's it. All right. So just keep that in mind. All right. Like it is what it is. Unfortunately, if you are out there and you support Trump, support, you're conservative, you're whatever, and you live out here, you want to live out here, it's something that you're going to have to deal with these days. It's just the true reality of it. All right. And, you're gonna find maybe more Mexicans than other than time. Sorry, more Mexicans these days that might not, be as quick to laugh it off, or as quick to, be okay, with your political affiliation, or be okay because they'll simply say, "Hey, dumb gringo, if you love Trump so much, why are you here? Why are you living here? Why are you, you know?" So just keep that. I mean, because I mean, think about it. It is true. It is true. Okay. So, but look, the typical Mexican is cool as hell. You know what I mean? They ain't got no problems. I ain't got no problem with no Mexicans. I haven't seen any, uptick in problems out here. Nothing like that at all. At all. Yeah, because again, most Mexicans just don't care. What I mean? They just don't really, care. Unless all of a sudden you're putting it or doing, putting it in their face or doing something egregious, definitely gonna care. Mexicans, that's another thing too. Mexicans are aggressive. They're nice, 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 nice. Super nice, super chill. I love them. I love Mexico. Are you kidding me? Again, I'm Cuban. We're aggressive as well. We're loud, all this stuff. But, Mexicans are super nice, crazy nice. But again, don't get it twisted. If you offend a Mexican or you start trying to pick a fight with a Mexican or you start trying to argue with a Mexican or you start trying to push their buttons, listen, some of the best boxers and fighters come out of Mexico. Careful, just be careful, okay? And there is a culture of fighting out here, and getting your ass kicked, okay, and all that stuff. So just be, I mean, be respectful. It's as simple as that. And unfortunately, a lot of Americans, okay, a lot of people, okay, it doesn't matter where you're from, Mexico, Canada, Cuba, China, whatever, okay. A lot of people are there's disrespectful and respectful people all over the place, but Americans do have a little bit of fame. They got a little bit of fame for being a little extra special. All right, so just keep it in mind. If you got certain opinions, it might be best to keep them to yourself. Yes, it's a free country. But again, just like it's a free country, again in Mexico, you can say what you want. Well, people can retaliate as they want. So again, don't be trying. Just again, common sense, people. Use common sense, common courtesy, be nice, be courteous, be friendly, be accepting, all these things. Okay, we talked about it multiple times. A lot of people that come out here and then they have these problems, with the Mexicans and the Mexican people, and it's like when you talk to them, it's like, hey, bro, you're just an asshole. You know what I mean? That's all it is. You know what I mean? What do you mean? You're not nice to anybody. You're a piece of crap to everybody. Of course, no one's gonna like you. It has nothing to do with them. It's more to do with you. So just you got to keep all that in mind. You know what I mean? And so now, if you are feeling a certain way, because look, I have a lot of friends in the USA, and I got a lot of friends that are Trump supporters, and they're very happy, and they're, oh my God, you already know, on cloud nine because of Trump getting elected and everything that's going on with all that. But it's like, hey, listen, man, you can do that, on your home field, no problem. But if you're going to come out here to the opponent's field and you're going to be doing the same thing, it's not going to end well. I mean, think about it. Again, it's like, you're a New York Yankees fan and you're going to the New York Mets Stadium, or I don't know, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a rival. I don't know. What are rivals out there? The Jets and the Dolphins, or the Bears and Green Bay. But it's like, I mean, it's like wearing a Bears jersey in Lambeau Field, and you're the only one with the Bears jersey, and you're obnoxious, and you're talking crap, and you're trying to pick a fight with everybody. How is that going to end well for you? Okay, and vice versa. It's the same thing. Come on. It's okay to be a proud American. It's okay to talk about the USA. It's okay to, all that. Again, it's fine. It's a free country. You can do whatever you want, but you got to, again, be, respectful, be cautious, be understanding, no, don't be talking to a typical Mexican on the street and be like, oh, I love the whole deportations. All the Mexicans that are getting deported and da 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 da. And then, hey, what do you think about the wall? Or what do you think of the Mexicans are going to be like? Anyways, you don't want to know, all right? Hopefully most of them are nice. They'll smile, they'll walk away, they'll leave you alone. But anyways, it is what it is. Oh, okay, you guys want the link to the show? All right, sorry guys. Yeah, I know. Go off of my rents. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like the typical Mexican, how do they feel about Trump? They hate him, to put it lightly. They don't like him. They don't like him at the moment. Well, I don't think that's going to change anytime soon, but they just don't like him. But how does a typical Mexican feel about you? It all depends on you and how you comport yourself, because they know how to separate one from the other. Okay, so again, keep that in mind. Maybe in the USA, that ability of being able to separate one from the other doesn't exist, but it does exist out here and exists in many parts of the world. So again, if you don't ever mention Trump, or that you support Trump, or that you care about Trump, then yeah, they're just going to treat you like normal. That's as simple as that. And that's not a topic of conversation. No one cares. No one talks about it. No one anything. The only time that they've been talking about it recently has been because of the whole tariff fiasco. All these things that are, come on, going on. Obviously, you're going to talk about certain things if they are, right there in your face, in the news, happening, yada, yada, yada. But otherwise, you know what I mean? It's not, most Mexicans, they care more about so many other things. They're more interested in taking their kids to the zoo on a Tuesday afternoon, all right, than drowning themselves in, CNN or MSNBC or Fox News or whatever the equivalent of that stuff is out here in Mexico. So, um, yeah, I mean, that's just kind of like the truth there. All right, let me see. By the way, all right. By the way, I know I keep asking you guys if you have any comments or questions, but a lot of you guys keep asking me, a great way to do it so that I can see what you're sending me is to send me a super chat, even if it's like 50 cents or $1 or whatever it is, if you really, really, really want to ask me something and I can't see it. All right. But I'm going to go through the chat real quick. Let me see what you guys have to say. See if I find anything here. All right, I'm going to drink a little liquid refreshment here. I'm a little parched. My goodness, it's already been 53 minutes. I don't know. Some of you guys in the audience were like, how does he do it? Look, I don't even know how I do it. Okay. You know what? Maybe with a lot of coffee, right? I drink a lot of coffee, whatever. I listen to another guy on YouTube that, he does live streams and stuff like that too. And he is like me, talks very fast and very high strung. And it's hilarious because I see him and I'm watching him, and it's like I'm almost kind of like watching myself, even though he goes way faster than me. So if you can believe that. So yeah, funny stuff. All right, let me see. Oh, we see. Oh, there we go. Steve. Shout out to Steve out there with the $5 super chat. Shout out to you. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, let me see. Steve says, besides Merida, is there a safe place with a cooler climate and less humidity? Is it pet friendly to relocate with your pet? Okay, so yeah, that's two-part question there. Pet friendly is most of Mexico. I saw a stat the other day. I think like 85% of Mexicans have a pet. Okay, so pets, don't worry about it. Totally acceptable. Look, I mean, I even got a horse in my house. A Trump-hating horse, by the way. Yeah, F that guy. By the way, he's Mexican. That's why he doesn't like Trump. All right, hey, chill, relax. Anyways, don't get me started. Anyways, by the way, I don't hate Trump. I personally do not care. I was a fan of Trump back in the day. I used to watch The Apprentice. I think he's a great entertainer. I still think that what's going on right now is entertainment, and it is what it is. There's some things that he's doing that are great. Some things that he's doing are horrible, horrendous. Again, we'll talk about it on the other channel. But long story short, no, I'm not a super fan, or anything like that. I call it like it is. I'm a super fan of the USA, and you already know. If you're anyone that's a sport fan out there, if you have a favorite sports team, the more of a fan that you are, the harder you are on your own team. So, I'm a Dolphins fan, and I hate them, but I love them. You know what I mean? So, like, I can say how much I hate the Dolphins, but I don't like it when other people talk crap about the Dolphins. But long story short, you know what I mean? Like, I'm tough on them because I want them to be better. All right, same as the USA. All right, but I'm not gonna be clapping, like a seal, just because. No. I call some things are good, some things are bad. All right, Anyways. Sorry, Steve. You were asking me, besides Merida, is there a safe place with a cooler climate? Yeah, there are tons of places. One place I highly recommend is Guadalajara, believe it or not. We were there for a week and we loved it. And what I'm showing you right now is we're walking through Guadalajara. I have a whole playlist, okay, 10 videos or more, I think. I don't know. Anyways, of me walking all around Guadalajara. But yeah, we felt very safe there. And Guadalajara, yeah, I gotta say like a Mexican, coño. Guadalajara is basically a modern city. When we were there, I was like, wow, this is Los Angeles. That's it. Okay, so everything, all the modern amenities, everything you could want, and it's safe. Now, again, it's not the safest place on the planet by far, but it's like in the top 10 of safest cities in Mexico, which was very surprising to me. Very surprising to me. Again, it's not, 1000% safe. Petty crimes happen, things happen. But again, you keep your nose clean, you got nothing to worry about. But yeah, Guadalajara is a great city. I don't know of any other cities per se because I haven't really visited other cities. Oaxaca is great, but I don't know if I would live there. You know what I mean? Oaxaca is small and it's in the mountains. And it's just like a different vibe. Oaxaca is amazing. I loved going there. I love visiting there, but yeah, and I want to go visit again. The food, amazing. The culture, amazing. A lot of things amazing, but I don't know if I could live there. I could definitely live in Guadalajara, all right? I like Merida because it's, I grew up in Florida, and this is the same as Florida, all right, weather-wise and many things-wise. So this is why I like it out here. But I would recommend Guadalajara, at least to start, and the surrounding areas. Check that out, okay? And like I said, every place is pet friendly. So yeah, don't worry about it there. Let me see. Lucifer's Lair says, "Hola Jose, there's $67,000 homes in Merida are looking better and better." Oh yeah, okay, sorry, my dyslexia sometimes. So he goes, those $67,000 homes are looking better and better. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you. They're... Oh, okay, I know what you're saying. Again, because of what's going on in the USA. Yeah, I feel you. All right. But again, guys, there's tons of options out here. I'm going to be doing more videos with Jose throughout the year. Hopefully, you guys are liking those real estate videos. This week, we got some, regular episode coming up. An episode I think you guys will like, kind of talking... more about all these things, that are going on right now that are kind of, timely. I gotta have to release it first. But then the following week, we're gonna have a real estate video and then some. We got a bunch of awesome stuff coming up. All right, so. Yeah, but Guadalajara, from my understanding, has great weather. So. Delfino says, unfortunately, I have a bad memory about Guadalajara. Corrupt cops took $100 from me. I mean, look, the way I look at it is like this, you know, when it comes to Mexico and things like that. Look, cops suck everywhere. I don't like cops. I don't like authority. I don't like anything like that. But in the USA, a police officer, okay, you know, will stop you for some petty whatever, and it's going to be a lot more than $100, okay? You'll be lucky. You'll be lucky to just get a ticket, okay? Many times it ends up much, much worse, okay? Out here, you know, the most that's gonna happen is that you're gonna get shaken down for $100. I'll take that all day, every day, over my experiences in the USA with police officers, where you're basically, you know, white knuckling it, you know, hopefully you're not gonna get shot over a broken taillight, or because, you know, the cop, you know, broke up with his girlfriend or whatever it is. You know, nothing like that's ever gonna happen here. Like, again, worst case scenario, they're gonna take a few bucks here or there. Now, again, I'm not trying to downplay what happened to you, Delfino, because, you know, to me, you know, I have been scarred, okay? Traumatized, if you would like to even go as far to say I'm with authority in the police in the USA, not in Mexico. In Mexico, again, I feel totally safe, 1,000,000% safe. And I've gotten into situations with cops out here, but never once in a million, ever zillion years was I ever under any kind of threat, you know, I was gonna get shot or any kind of anything, you know, escalation, you know, with a Mexican cop. Where in the USA, I mean, a mall cop, you know what I mean, has the, you know, ability to escalate it and end it, you know, so it's like, yeah, no way. So anyways, so, but yeah, you know, it is what it is. But I like to bring that up, you know, because that's, for a lot of people, that's a big triggering situation. A lot of people are looking to leave the USA just for that. And look, now these days, as things are going to escalate even more, think about it. You're Mexican, you're brown skinned, you're Latino, all right? Look, again, I had to deal with this. Look how, I mean, even though I'm white, you know, as soon as I talk, I'm not white, okay? As soon as I say my name, Jose Arteaga, that's it, it's over. So in certain parts of the USA, it was not fun for me, okay? So imagine others. And imagine today. It's okay? So that's only gonna get worse. So now, you know what I mean, the cops in the USA are just gonna get worse, you know, as they start, you know, harassing more and more people, you know, again, with the excuse, hey, I just wanna make sure you're legal, you know? So just keep that in mind. Lucy's fur. Anyway, Lucifer says, how do you feel about Baja California, Los Cabos, La Paz, Laredo? Have you visited? I've never visited. I've only visited Tijuana a few times. I heard it's awesome. I got a friend that lives in Ensenada. I hear it's awesome. I know people in La Paz. They say it's awesome. It's a different vibe over there. It's a cool vibe, you know, especially La Paz, you know, Los Cabos, you know, that's, you know, come on. You know, the typical, you know, the gringo, tequila vibe, you know, whatever. So yeah, I hear great things. And I lived in the Southwest, you know what I mean? I lived in the desert. I lived in Las Vegas. I lived in LA as well. I lived in that region, that area. So I'm kind of familiar with the vibe down there. So yeah, it's cool. But I mean, I want to visit. I definitely want to go, but I haven't, you know, from my understanding, it's safe. You know what I mean? Baja is also safe. You know, you're just going to have maybe a little petty crime here and there. And then, you know, as you're going down the Baja, let's say you're going to drive from San Diego all the way to La Paz. Then, yeah, you're going to just bump into, you know, one corrupt cop after another, you know, at these checkpoints, you know, and they're all just there trying to shake you down for a few bucks, you know. So that's as dangerous as it gets from my understanding. What about the black? Safe over there? I mean, yeah, if you're black, it's safe, yeah. I mean, I do a lot of, I've done, you know, I do many videos, you know, my friend Tree, we're going to be doing more of those in the future as well. So yeah, anywho, let me see. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Lucifer will love any place that's hot. So, right? It's funny you were asking about a cooler climate earlier, right? With me. Oh, no, that was someone else. That was Steve. Anyways, I hope you answered your question, Steve. Sorry if I was all over the place there. But yeah, look, long story short, I mean, like most Mexicans, you know, never have they liked any American president or American imperialism or how America has behaved towards Mexico. But, you know, they love the Mexican, they love America as a culture, as a people. They love the people. They love everything about it, and vice versa, So, that's never, that's not going to change anytime soon. But yeah, right now more than ever, I feel like the political climate is very polarizing. And when it comes to, again, just the nationalistic sentiment of each country, that's definitely increasing. Again, now more than ever, I've never seen Mexico so against the USA, against Trump. You know what I mean? As a whole, you know what I mean? Like it's just more like a rival. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're gonna kick your ass in soccer. You know what I mean? Like we don't like Coca-Cola no more. Don't shop at Walmart. F Trump. Things like that. Yeah, it's very nationalistic in that sense. So, and again, you're seeing the same nationalistic kind of things in the USA, like get these immigrants out of here, buy American, go work the fields. Oh, wait, hold on. wait, I was expecting a sound effect. Hold on. Now go work the fields. Go. Hello? Is this on? Hello? Anybody? Anybody? Anyways. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say here on this topic. Let me see. Did I get all my notes? I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned, most Mexicans are really just laughing it off. Most Mexicans, there's memes all over the place. If you go on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, it's just meme after meme after meme, about everything, everything from the Gulf of America, to the tariffs, to everything, to the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like it's it's hilarious, So at least most Mexicans have a really good sense of humor. They're laughing about it. You know, um, but yeah, again, the thing is like this, let me just kind of give you a little perspective. Okay, so even though most Mexicans, literally every Mexican that they're watching there, you ask any one of these Mexicans, walking, on screen there, how they feel about Trump, they're most of them, 80, 90, 95% are probably going to say they hate Trump. Now, do they have TDS? You know what I mean? Are they going to be harping on Trump and how they hate him? And again, Trump derangement syndrome and Orange Man bad and go, No, they're not. They're just going to say, no, we hate him. Why? Because he's a racist piece of shit. Why? Because he said this, this, and that. That's it. You know what I mean? It's not really, rocket science. You know what I mean? Like, it's just as simple as that. So, that's kind of like what's going on there. You know what I mean? Like the reality is that, again, the typical Mexican, obviously they're not going to like Trump for obvious reasons, but that's it. That's as far as it goes. No one else is going to really give much more thought to it or care too much about it. So again, if you come across, you talk to any Mexican and all of a sudden you're harping on as to how much you love Trump, yeah, that's when they're going to be like, hey, all right, what are we doing? What are we doing? What's going on here? Why we, So, all right, we got Steve out there with the $2 super chat. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I don't know how many super chats you left. Got a few super chats today. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Lived in Tampa. People say Merida is hotter. I think it is hotter. The thing is that, like, out here, I feel like in Merida, we have a little bit more season. So when winter comes, it gets colder, cooler, for sure. The hottest portion of the year is March, April, May. Once June, once summer comes along, it cools down in a weird way. And then, yeah, by the time fall, winter comes along, it really starts to cool down. So, but from my time living in Florida, it was always hot and humid, always. And very, very little respite from that. But here, the heat is, I feel, more intense. But I feel like in Miami, when I lived in Miami, it was way more humid all day, every day. And then here, the humidity is seasonal. It's not all the time. And it just comes in waves. Where in Florida, it's just there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's literally, 12 o'clock at night, and it's like, you already know, 93 and muggy and humid and nasty, in Florida. Not here. It happens here. Don't get me wrong. It does happen here, but seasonally. So I don't know. It really just depends. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. The most intense heat I've ever felt in my life has been here. Okay? But seasonally. You know, like I said, you know, like where, but again, just year round, I would say Florida, Miami. But again, I haven't really lived in Miami in, my God, over a decade now. So I'm sure, you know, the climate has changed, right? But bum, right? Hold on, where's the anyway, so by the way, it has changed. By the way, it was a joke. Okay, again, hence the, geez, you know. Hold on a second.
How dare you?
And by the way, no, I am not a one of those guys either. Okay, I'm just, you know, right. It has changed, right? It is pretty, you know, it has gotten colder, right? I mean, that's one. All right, again, if you want to hear more about all that, you know, check out my other channel. In fact, we're about to end it here. We're about to wrap this bad boy up so we can go live over on the other channel. So again, please, guys, if you like today's content, if you like today's live stream, you like the content that you're seeing here, please, you know, do me a favor, go to my other channel. All right, here's the link in the chat. I'm gonna put the link down below in the comments and all that stuff too. Oh, hold on a second. What did I do here? So, all right. Anyways, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Brain fart. Anyways, if you like this content, you want to really help me, help out the channel. Again, I really appreciate the super chats. I really appreciate all the love and support. I'll shout out to all my patrons, shout out to all my members, shout out to everyone out there that helps support the show. But if you really want to help to support the show for free, something you can easily do for free is go subscribe to my channel over there, please, because I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're getting really close. We're already monetized over there, but in order to really get super monetized, you know, with the advertisings and stuff, we gotta get to 1,000. So please, guys, I'm counting on you to help me out with that. Really appreciate that. And we got, oh my God, look at that. We got Genardo Diaz with the $20 super chat. Oh my gosh, man. Now you're making me feel guilty that I have to stay, you know, until the orange thing goes. Look at that. Oh man. Thank you, Genardo. By the way, do you have any comments or questions? It says, what's up, hermano? Saludos desde Big Bear Lake, California. Saludos. By the way, you know, before we go, again, we know we gotta head out of here because I gotta go to my other show. But you know, again, if in the short time right now we get 4 more super chats, the super chats could be $1.50. I don't know what the minimum is. Lambo, the Trump hating horse, will will take the helm, and you know, we'll let him host for a bit. By the way, he was never a Trump hating horse. He was very indifferent, but he's Mexican. And again, as we were talking about earlier, you know, a lot of people that never even gave a crap about politics, let alone U.S. politics, let alone what's going on over there. Well, now all of a sudden they're raging, you know, Trump haters. You know, so this guy just doesn't love Trump, doesn't like Trump. This guy might have TDS 100%. You know, in fact, you know, he is turning orange. You know, by how much he hates, you know, Trump. Anyways. But shout out to Genado. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And thanks to everybody, you know, today, you know, for all the super chats, all the love. Really appreciate it. Oh, look at that. We got Steve with the $1. Look at that. Oh, we got 3 more. We got 3 more to go. Let's see. Can we get those 3 more super chats to get Lambo? Do you guys really want to see Lambo? All right. I'm not gonna cut it off just yet, all right? I'm gonna let it slide for a bit here. But anyways, by the way, look, I'm gonna put this out there to you guys. If there's any topics, okay, that you guys would like me to touch on or talk about that I haven't already, please, you know, feel free to go on ahead and oh, look at that. We got a super chat on the other channel as well. Oh, we'll count that towards this one. All right, how's that? Okay, so we got 2 more to go. But anyways, but please, you know, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. You know, once the video goes live, in the comments, you know, you can leave a comment and let me know. You know, let me know what you think, you know, or what would you like me to talk about, Mexico related, or even over there on the other channel. Okay, on this channel. Anyway, shout out to Lucifer's Lair for the $5 super chat, muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Look at that. All right. Thank you very much. Look at that. Oh, we got Steve with the one. Oh, we got another one. All right. Okay. So we got one more left. One more left. Might as well get ready. Might as well get that Lambo ready to host the show. He's about to. Yeah, that's right. I got a lot of things to say. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't even know what. I don't know if I should. Maybe I should cut the transmission before we get that last. Because I don't want to get demonetized. Yeah, that's right. If you let me on, I'm gonna make sure you get 3 strikes. Oh no, crap. Hey guys, no more donations, all right? Otherwise, the Lambo's gonna knock me off of YouTube here. Oh my gosh. What are we gonna do here? All right, what are we doing here? Let me see. Oh, forget about it. Oh, it's over. Okay, that's it. Oh, it's over. Okay, forget about it. Here we go.
Bruh.
There we go. All right, here we go. All right, guys. All right, you guys asked for it. You guys all asked for it. Here we go. All right. Here we go. We got Trump. Okay, we got whatchamacallit? We got Lambo coming. That's right. Let me loose. Let me on to it. All right, hold on. All right, here we go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna have the Lambo show. In fact, I'll sit back there. I'll let him. Hopefully, you guys. All right, guys. I want to let you guys know how I really feel. Trump sucks. And why does he suck? Well, because I'm a Mexican, and us Mexicans, don't like it when we get disrespected like that. It's all about la raza, and I'm all about la raza. We gotta, stick to our own here. And right now, more than ever, now that Senor Presidente Trump eating his Taco Bell taco salad is not gonna impress us. We're all mad. We're super mad. We're so mad, we're gonna start making Mexico great again. Even greater. In fact, we're gonna make Mexico greater than the USA. How about that, Senor Trump? What are you gonna do about them apples? All right? So, we're gonna start culturally appropriating all your foods now. How about them apples, right? We're gonna start eating chicken wings and pizzas and hamburgers, and we're gonna watch a Super Bowl, because Americans don't want to watch that Super Bowl anymore, so somebody's got to watch it, right? So, but anyways, I just want to say to everybody out there, I love you guys. I love all my American friends, all my Canadian friends. I love all you guys out there, but I hate Trump. We all hate Trump out here in Mexico. And again, it's nothing personal. He started it. He started the whole thing, telling us all these horrible, racist, horrible things. So, we're just not going to take it. We're not going to take it. We're not going to take it. All right. Okay, enough. All right. All right, Lambo. All right, settle down. By the way, should we do the show like this? Huh? How's that? We'll let him host. All right, get me out of here. All right. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. But again, guys, I don't want anyone out there in the audience, to get all their, their panties in a bunch, to get all upset or mad at me, for the opinions of my horse, for the opinions of Mexicans these days, because it's just the reality of it. You know what I mean? Like, whether you like it or not, most Mexicans are just not happy with Trump. And I think it's pretty obvious by now. All right. So, as to why. All right. So anyways, I'm going to give a shout out to Char Williams out there, Genaro Diaz, Adrian de la Torre. All right. Who else we got out there? Bounce 210, Steve. Shout out with Steve with all the super chats. Ray T, Andrea, and Lucifer's Lair. Shout out to all of you guys out there. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. You guys make this more and more fun every single day. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really, really enjoying as everything is going. Again, you guys already know. I'm in. Again, if you guys don't know, just check out my live stream that we're gonna do in a few minutes. Okay, over there. But I just feel indifferent about everything. To me, it's all a show. It's a movie. It's entertainment. And my gosh, holy guacamole! Has this gotten entertaining or what? And we've only what 3 weeks in. We got what 4 years to go. Yeah, so hold on to your britches out there, because if you thought this is entertaining, if you thought, things are getting wild and crazy out there, kids, you ain't seen nothing yet. We have so much to talk about, so many things to see and experience. So, hey, it is what it is. All we can do is enjoy the ride. You got two choices. You're going to either cry or you're going to laugh. I suggest you laugh and enjoy the ride. So, all right, guys, you already know the deal. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please the bell icon. But more importantly than anything else, please stay awesome. All right, and with all that being said, guys, you already know. I'll see you guys over there on the other channel. All right, let me post the link one last time, and we're gonna get a little crazy over there. All right, this is just the warm ups. All right, so see you guys in a few minutes. All right, bye, guys.